Hello and welcome back to the channel. The sun's out and that means just one thing. That means that the Ninja's making another appearance. So we've gone through our normal setup procedure. So we got our table out. I've not put the arms on the side there because I'm just going to cook some chicken breasts. So the idea is going to be that we get some smoky chicken breasts to make some healthy chicken wraps with a bit of salad on there. So we're currently going through the ignition process. So for those of you not familiar with the Ninja wood fire, we've essentially got a series of preset functions. So we got this dial here. It's going to take us through our different types of cooking. So we got smoker, which is going to cook low and slow and get lots of smoky flavour into there. We've got grill, air fry, roast, bake, dehydrate and reheat. So I haven't actually used the dehydrate function, nor have I used rehydrate. I find that air fry and grill will work for pretty much anything. So each of the preset functions comes with a linked time and temperature. So it's not smart enough to know what you're putting on there. So it's always key if you're cooking meat just to make sure that you cook that meat all the way through. But you can adjust your temperature and your time with the buttons on here on the fly. And the magic button is this one right here. So this is the wood fire technology button, and we can press that at any point through our cook, because what we've essentially got is an electric grill on the side of which is a little smoker box, and you can see that it's already starting to work its magic here. So we have some pellets in there and the filament is going to burn those and they're going to release some lovely flavour. So the ones I've got in there, I can't remember the exact combination, but it had a bit of hickory in there. And a top tip for that is don't skimp on the pellets, because the hopper is quite deep. I'm not sure whether it picks up on the video, and if those pellets aren't high enough for that filament to set them on fire basically, then you're not going to get any smoke at all. So a full hopper probably going to last you easily one cook, depending on what you're doing, of course. If you're going to be doing, as I'm doing here, just a kind of 16 minutes or so cook, then you probably get 2 or 3 out of it if you're doing them back to back. So the function that I'm on is grill. It's preset to a high temperature at 16 minutes, and the way this works is that we'll go through a preheat function so that we get that grill plate up to temp, so that when we start putting our food on there, it's going to start cooking quite straight away. So we've gone from the ignition function, which is to get that smoker box going, which we can pick up there in the background, and now it's going through the preheat. So that's, you're looking probably about 6 minutes or so, and then your cook time, as I say, is about 16 minutes. I'm going to be chopping up some chicken breasts quite roughly, so they should cook through fairly quickly, but as always, it's key to make sure that your food's cooked all the way through. And that, for me, is the beauty of the Ninja wood fire. And if you are a regular viewer of the channel and you've seen the many of the videos that I've uploaded, it really is all about ease of use and flavour. So a charcoal barbecue gives you lots of wonderful flavour, but it is a lot of prep and a lot of cleaning afterwards, and I want to relax when I'm having a barbecue. And on the opposite end of things, you've got a gas barbecue, which I do have. I've got a 4-burner, and that's really good if you're cooking for a lot of people, but you're not getting that flavour. So you can cook quite quickly, quite efficiently, but you don't really get a lot of flavour. So in terms of surface, I think there is a Ninja Woodfire XL. I don't really need that one because I'm cooking for my family mostly. And actually, it sounds odd to say, but the Ninja Woodfire is a much more efficient way than using a regular oven, because it's got the air fry functions, and I can get barbecue flavour in literally less than half an hour. So it gets a lot of use in the summer months. Has been a minute since I've uploaded a video just because of the great British winter stopping me from enjoying the Ninja wood fire. So I am going to go and prep my chicken, and then it will be ready to put on the unit. And through the magic of editing, I will rejoin you. Okay, so you've rejoined me at the point where I really wish they would have invented smell-o-vision, because you haven't even got any food on there yet, and the smell of it is just tickling my taste buds already. So you can see there that the hopper is smoking away nicely, and we're being prompted to add the food. So the food that we are having, as I mentioned, we're going to be eating some wraps. So to counteract all that lovely marinade, we'll be putting some lettuce on there just to feel better about ourselves. So let's get it on there. So we'll get this open. You can see that the griddle pan is very hot. So that griddle pan is the one that comes with the unit, this kind of serrated one, and I did buy a flat one as well. So you can hear that sizzle straight away. And these are pretty generous sized chunks of chicken breast. That hopefully gives you some kind of idea of the total cooking area that we're working with. So I'd say you can probably comfortably get enough on here to film the actual meat, to feed a small family. Apologies for the wonky angles here. I am multitasking by filming and loading up this grill, and I've chosen some tongs to put this on, making it quite challenging. I feel like I'm on the generation game here. For those of a certain generation will know what I'm talking about. So we get all this lovely chicken on here. It's sizzling and searing and making all the right noises that you'd expect from a barbecue. And you just have to take my word for it that it smells like that too. So that was a little bit longer than I'd have liked, because I would usually have this on as quickly as possible with the lid down so that I'm getting all that smoky flavour. But there you go, that gives you a good indication of the size of your cooking area. And the good thing is, whilst I was kind of messing about there, actually that probably would have still been using the cook time. So that is going to be a 14-minute cook. I'm not sure on this particular function whether you're prompted to flip your food. I think on some of them, I think it might be the grill one actually, maybe not so much air fry, because that is a really high temperature and a very short cook. So that's for your fries and all that kind of stuff. So I will be making fries with this, but fortunately we do also have a Ninja air fryer. So I should at this point just remind you that it's not a sponsored video. I just like the Ninja product. So just so that I've got all our food ready at once, we will be cooking the fries on the air fryer. And that came in really useful during the winter months. We also got one of the soup makers as well, which I've not had a chance to review, but I will at some point, only because we are having some work done on the kitchen. And if I put up videos of a half-finished kitchen, my partner will not be very happy with me. So yeah, we are going to leave that to do its magic. We'll have just a little sneak peek, and you can see there's already some lovely caramelisation going on there. I'm not going to mess too much with that. What I would say is, if you're doing a longer cook, do keep an eye on that hopper in the background, and at any point you can press the wood fire flavour technology button, which will reignite the hopper and get that smoke going back through your unit. If you are new to the channel, then there's lots of other videos on there. I've done reviews of some extra purchases including the table that the unit's currently sat on. Bentley in the background. I'm sure you've heard him on other videos as well. And it's a mixture of Ninja products and non-branded, so please go check those out if you're interested. And if you can like, comment and subscribe, it really helps me out. We started to get a bit of momentum last summer and it's really rewarding, so if I can pick that back up again, then I'll be really happy. In the comments, if you can add anything that you'd be interested in, or any kind of hints, tips that you've found and can pass on, that would be much appreciated. It's a relatively small channel, so I do read and respond to every single comment that you add. And we got quite a wide range of people, so it's lovely to see people from across the pond who are true barbecuists, because I'm kind of doing it for ease and speed, whereas barbecue and smoking, that's an art in itself, isn't it? So I appreciate that there's lots of different types of barbecue. I am, if you didn't watch the last video, have been on a bit of a health kick, so I'm having to tone down a little bit. So lots of chicken legs went on this Ninja over the summer, and that's not necessarily unhealthy, but a lot of the marinades and those beautiful sauces really kick up the calories. So we're spoiling ourselves today. We're going to call this the first day of the Great British Summer, because it is glorious. We've got blue skies, and I am rewarding myself for getting our garden back into shape for summer. So I'll catch you when we are at the end of the cook, just to show you how good that chicken is. And yeah, thanks for watching. Okay, you see Bentley there in the background. He knows something good's coming his way. So we had some of the marinade left, and it seems like a shame to waste it. So let's do a grand reveal of our chicken. You can see some caramelisation going on. We're just going to use some of that lovely marinade so it doesn't go to waste. Everything is flavour, isn't it? So personally, which probably shows in the videos, I'm a big fan of cooking with the chicken legs, or even chicken thighs, because it's a relatively cheap piece of meat, and the chicken skin, when you cook it on the Ninja, is just amazing. I mean, I still remember, and my partner actually bought this for me, and that was the first thing we ever cooked on the unit, and to the point where, I kid you not, we were talking about it being better than KFC. Obviously other food brands or chicken shops are available, but to put that into perspective, we love a KFC. That's one of our go-to treats, and yeah, it was amazing. And obviously when you're cooking with chicken breast, because we're going to use these in wraps, it's a more succulent meat, but you're not getting the chicken skin or that crisp flavour. But you can see that actually this has got a good bit of char in it. Now ordinarily I'd be looking at this and thinking, oh my god, I've got to clean this later. But that's another good point of the Ninja unit. Hopefully you can hear me over that lovely sizzling chicken. Is even though it might look like this is sticking to the grill, because we put that marinade on, which is very high in sugar content, and so it's going to caramelise. What we're going to do is, once we've let the unit heat down, once we've let it cool down, then all we need to do is, and I'll just shut the lid at this point so you can hear better what I'm saying. Yeah, so in terms of cleaning the unit, once it's cooled down, all you really need to do is get some hot soapy water and just put the grill in there. So you don't need abrasive products, Brillo pads and the likes. They're going to just take the non-stick surface off it. So it genuinely is really easy to clean. And that's the thing that I find with the barbecues, even with the gas-fired ones. it's just a nightmare to clean afterwards, more so with charcoal ones as well. So we've got a drip tray at the back of the unit, so a little bit, I'm going to talk about George Foreman grills for people that still remember those. So that was all the rage, and that was the healthy way to grill. And on the back of that we had a drip tray that caught even all of the bad stuff, all of those fats and stuff like that. And that is very similar with the Ninja wood fire. So we are almost there actually. As you can see, the reason that I chopped the chicken into such generous chunks was that because of the sheer heat, they're going to shrink as we cook them. So I think actually we're going to be pretty bob on with the 16-minute cook. So we've got 3 minutes 20 left, and I'm confident that our chicken will be cooked, but I will of course check it before it's served. So that, my friends, is, it won't be a real-time video, but in real time we're talking about 20 minutes to get crispy, tasty, smoke-filled chicken on the Ninja wood fire. And then I should be able to clean it up quite easily, and then I will pop it into the storage bag over here. If you're interested in the storage bag, I've done a detailed review on that. It isn't sponsored, but I bought it quite a while ago on Amazon, and I think there is an affiliate link, so I'm just saying. It doesn't sway my opinion of the bag, but I just thought I should mention it. And with that, I will leave you with one last look at that delicious chicken. And as always, I will thank you very much for watching. Actually, something just popped into mind, which I've probably mentioned on another video, but I was conscious that you look at the top of the unit and you think, oh my god, how am I ever going to clean that? That is never coming into contact with food. I suppose you could clean it. I never have. What I have done is, with just a bit of kitchen roll, is I've taken any grease, off the rubber seals that you see around the edge. Because this is essentially an air fryer. You can see the fan. I was struggling to think what to call it then. You can see that on the top. So yeah, I've never cleaned it, and I don't think there's any need to. So it might look terribly dirty, but it's not that I am just a bit of a tramp. It's that, yeah, there's not really any need to. And with that, I really am going to end the video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to be bringing you more videos in the very near future.